Welcome to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and this week we have Mr. Josh Harding. He is the principal at North Jackson High School. They're a 9th to 12th grade school. How many students do you have?
Right now we're about 455 students, 460.
That's a pretty good sized school.
It is. We're the only 9 through 12 school in our district in Jackson County school system.
What is sand?
It just, different challenges. Everyone in our building is a teenager. So all 450 of those are teenagers. So that provides challenges in itself.
A lot of hormones?
Yes.
A lot of hormones. All right, well, tell us about you. You're new here this year as far as being a principal.
I am.
Tell us about you and your background and anything else we want to know about you.
Born and raised in Stevenson. I'm a North Jackson High School graduate. Graduated there in 2003. Went on to Northeast Community College and then to Jacksonville State University. I graduated with a collaborative education, referred to as special education, secondary. Taught at the Ernest Pruitt Center of Technology as a special education teacher for 6.5 years, and then transferred to North Jackson High School in the same capacity as a special education teacher. Coached golf at North Jackson since 2009. And then in 2017 became the assistant principal at North Jackson High School, where I was assistant principal for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And then Mr. Paradise, was the previous principal, left to go be the principal at Scottsboro High School last year, and I was named principal after he left in April. So it's awesome being able to have the chance to be the principal at my school that I graduated from and lived my whole life.
That's got to be kind of personal.
It is. It means a lot to me, and a lot of the kids that are in school now, I went to school with some of their parents. It's really cool, and every once in a while it'll not be cool. There's some
conflicts with it.
Yes, nothing major, but just sometimes it's not the best, but I've enjoyed it. It's awesome. A lot of times parents will call and say, "Hey, check on my kid. He did this," and not even have anything to do with school. Hey, if you see little Johnny out, make sure he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, because he hadn't been doing that at home. So,
right.
It's really neat, really awesome.
I think that's really should be part of like a principal's or really any staff member. If I see kids, one time I saw some kids and they were maybe 9th grade or maybe even 8th grade, I don't remember, and they were out at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Walking, and I'm like, this isn't good. So, to make that phone call just to say, hey, you need to make sure they're safe.
Right. And it happens a lot, it really does. But I think that's what makes it great,
Right. Now, do you miss being in the classroom? Did you have your own classes of special ed?
I did. It would just be, depending on numbers and,
right.
How many special needs children we had. I have had years where I had my own classroom. When I was at the tech school, I taught a transition services class. It was more like work skills, filling out job applications, and going and doing some what they call community-based learning.
Important.
So we would go to Walmart. They were always, Miss Sheila Hodges was always great to help us out there. And I would take these kids. They wouldn't get paid, but we would take them and just put them right in there, and they would get some really good work skills. For the most part. And then when I came to North Jackson High School, I taught career prep, which is a course that all 9th graders take. It's a requirement in Alabama that you have to graduate. And it's more along the same, it's
filling out applications,
a little computer work as far as,
Word.
Google Drive, Word, Excel, just a real broad sense of career prep.
Is it a semester?
It is. It's a semester class.
That's a great class. And they still have that?
Still do. It's still a requirement.
So it's at every high school. Is that only at high school? Who takes it? 12th graders?
Oh, well, any grade can take it. We did it in the 9th grade.
Okay.
But as long as they have 1 credit of career prep on their transcript, then they're good. So they don't have to.
Better at 11th or 12th grade when they're ready to
take it out.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
We used to do that in Texas, so something similar. Well, good. Awesome. Sounds like everything. And the fact that, I mean, I've never been able to work back where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be really cool to graduate or like to work, graduate kids where.
It's neat. My dad was the principal there from 89 to 2003. So
where you're at now?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
So like I spent a lot of my summers at the school, just mopping floors, waxing floors, and then I graduated from there.
Cool.
So
you have a long history.
I
just
do.
Being there.
I do. It's those.
And parents, I would think, would really appreciate that, because they know that you've got your heart into it.
Right.
It's not about just doing a job. It's
I'm not just
heart.
working there. That place means more to me than anywhere I've ever been.
Right.
So it definitely means a lot, and I try to spill some of that over into our kids. Just every day walking the walk.
Yeah. Do you miss being in the classroom?
I do, and that I try to get out as much as possible, and talk to kids. Create that dialogue, and carry on as much conversation as I can with those.
Now you have an assistant principal.
I do.
One.
I do. Just one
Do you have
assistant
a counselor
principal.
too, full
We
time?
do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Our counselor is Mr. Tony Brown. He was actually one of my coaches when I played basketball there. So there are I think there's 3 teachers, counting Coach Brown. The librarian, Miss Nikki Hicks, she was my math teacher when I was in high school, and Miss Tina Matthews, she's our consumer science teacher. She was my English teacher. So it's really neat.
Were you a good student?
I was.
Okay. Because could you see?
I kind of had to be.
And they looked at you like, now you're going to be my boss.
Right. I was a good student, but that doesn't mean that I was exempt from any trouble at all.
Well, with your dad there, I'm sure anything you did or blinked wrong, somebody...
I did get a couple paddlings when I was at school. None by my father.
Did you get away with more?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
So
the teachers didn't look away more because your dad was...
No, because they had seen me since, a lot of those teachers back then had taught there for a really long time. And, so they were around me from the time I was 6 or 7 years old till they had me in class, so they knew that they could just knock me in the back of the head and say, you're not doing this, get over here. So it was free reign with me.
That's cool though. Made you a better person.
It did.
I mean, look where you're at now.
Right.
So all right, let's talk about some things that you've got going on at school. Let's start with the CI3T behavior plan, because I know that's a big Jackson County, the whole school district, but how does it, tell everybody what it is in case they've never watched the show, and how are you implementing it at your school? Because my opinion is, without having kids that behave well, you can't get the education that they need to get, period.
Correct. All right, so CI3T is it's really a program. Our school system was awarded some grant money in play to do this. I think we have maybe three or four social workers that come along with this grant, and that's what the money is used for. But it's really about identifying kids, and that our teachers fill out surveys based on how our kids behave, not really academic at all, just how they see these kids every day, and who may have some issues going on. So we really try to identify a lot of positive behaviors. We try to promote positive things that our students are doing. We have a shout out board in our main lobby of our school. I don't know if you've ever been inside our school, but inside our main lobby, as soon as you walk in, it's a really big lobby, and we have a shout out board, just really bright colors. Miss Ashley Lee, our assistant principal, she did that. And for each of our teachers that see some of our students do something good, and none of it is academic based. It's not, hey, little Johnny made a 95 on his test. This is something extra,
like character based.
Yes, going above and beyond what you're supposed to do.
Right.
They fill out that shout out and they pin it on the board. We leave them up there for the whole month, and at the end of the month, we take them all down and enter them in a random drawing. And
what do they get?
They get a $20 Visa gift card. That our our staff and teachers just take up, and it's not the school's money. We just take it, and we all give a little
Neat.
bit. And,
So it's staff. That's cool.
It is. So it's kind of got a pretty big following. We've had students say, "Hey, man, my name's not up there," So it's drawn a lot of interest to it, and it's just really, really cool. Because it's really just wanting to promote our students to do,
Better.
go above and beyond what they're supposed to do, and that's the goal. Is
well, in real life, if you don't know how to behave, and you don't understand how to help, or to be, have those good character traits, then you will not be successful.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I believe it wholeheartedly.
Right. And we've had just this basketball season, we had 3 of our students, and I don't, they're great kids anyways. They were going to be great kids whether we did this shout out board or not. But at the end of every basketball game, they just walked around and picked up the trash. They were 3 of our band members, and our band, they put together like a little small pep band for the home basketball games.
Neat.
And after the games would be over, there would be 3 or 4 of them walking throughout the whole gym, cleaning up, and nobody asked them to do anything. Nobody paid them to do any of it. So like that's what being a chief is all about, is what we say. Making those decisions, those choices, to make us all look better.
Very good. Well, that's true. I mean, it is true. So, all right. So, some other things. You've got some school improvement stuff. So, what are some things that you've done for school improvement this year?
We've added a couple of just like kind of cosmetic things in our lobby there. We put together just like a little banner on the top as soon as you walk in the main staircase. It has like bits and pieces of our alma mater. It says North Jackson High School with a big chief head in the middle, and on the top and on the bottom it has like the first couple of lines of our alma mater, and the bottom has the last couple, just to try to make the place look a little nicer, and something that the students can be proud of. Right. and look at. It was just a gray wall from the time I can ever remember being in the school at 6 years old. It was always that same gray wall. So, and that main staircase, that's where everybody comes in the mornings, and that's where most of them leave from in the day. Everybody walks down the main staircase. So having them, just to be proud of something and think, oh, man, and it makes them take better care of it,
It does, that's true.
So, we've added garbage cans all over the place. So, like, you really have to try not to throw something in the garbage can at our school.
Really?
We've got them all over the place.
That's good, though, because there's times I've tried to find something to throw away.
Right.
Throw it away, and
you have to hold on to it forever.
Yeah. And they're not.
So that's not going to be a problem if you find something. I hope you never find anything laying in the floor. But
if I do?
But if you do, you just be able to look up and see a garbage can right there to throw it in. So just, simple things like that. Did a lot of pressure washing this summer, just to,
When did you take over?
I took over in April. I believe it was like April 29th.
Okay, so you've been here through the whole summer, so you were able to make all these changes.
Yes, ma'am.
During the summer.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds good. And then you also have a new teacher lounge?
We do. Yeah, we do. Upstairs in our library, we've kind of, Miss Lee and I got together and just wanted something for our teachers to have a place where they could go during their planning, and if they want to just sit down and decompress for a little bit, they can do. We've got a TV on the wall, or going to be on the wall in there.
Your coffee?
We do have a coffee shop that our SGA runs.
Okay.
So, and it's just right across the hall from the library.
When do they run it?
They run that from first period all the way through.
So nonstop all day?
All the way through break. Our break is over at 9:40.
Okay.
We have a morning break, which is new this year. When I was going to school there, the whole school went on break at the same time. And I really liked that.
What do you do during a break?
Yeah. We just let them communicate, talk. Everybody has to get out of the classroom. You can't go in a classroom.
Really?
Yeah. So everybody's out.
Halls?
Everybody's in the hall from 9:30 to 9:40. Yes, teachers are in the hall.
I was going to say that would be a mess.
Yeah. So
500 students in the hall.
Right.
That's a lot.
So and we really just wanted to create some kind of togetherness. Because they get 4 minutes in between classes, and
So how long is the break?
It breaks 10 minutes. We give them like a 3-minute warning bell towards the end of it, and they know it's time to start wrapping things up and go to third period. But the 10-minute break in the morning, with our new schedule this year, we've started lunch a little later. We start lunch at 11:30 and don't end lunch until 12:45ish. So we really wanted something there in the mornings, mid-morning, to where if they wanted something to hold them over until the later lunch, they could have that option, and just to create conversation and camaraderie among their classmates. We haven't had, may have one tomorrow, but we haven't had not one issue go on during break. The students seem to enjoy it, and that's what it's really about.
And they can just go they can walk anywhere. They can just go get coffee.
They can walk anywhere as long as they stay in the building. Go anywhere. We have teachers all over scattered all over the place. So yeah, upstairs,
downstairs. Do you have
downstairs.
like a 9th grade hall, a 10th grade, or
we
they all
don't?
just
No,
mixed together?
they're all just mixed together.
Do you have like your English on the same hall and your subjects?
We have some, not mainly. It's just it really is.
Okay.
When I was in school, it was kind of cut out that way, but now not so much. We've got them all over the place. So.
Well, I need to be parked next to the coffee.
Yeah,
that's where I need
you
to
should
be
stop
parked.
in, and they do coffee and like slushies, and they have regular other snacks in there as well. So it's really, really cool.
The coffee, I do FBLA, Future Business Leaders.
Oh, really?
And I've always wanted to have a little shop, and just thought, let the kids run it. It's great business for it.
Yeah, it is.
And
SGA
and market it, because I teach the kids marketing, and that would be great.
It is, Mr. Johnny Holman, he's one of our teachers over the SGA. He is
what
hardly
does SGA stand for?
Student Government Association.
Okay.
Yeah. And he goes in there and checks on them every once in a while if they need anything, but for the most part, it's majority student ran.
And I'm guessing they collect the money, they make the deposits. It's an actual business.
Yes, they take the money, they receipt the money to the secretary, Miss Lindsay Hughes.
That is super cool.
And come back again and get their start up the next day and do it all over again. So yeah,
super cool.
It is.
That's the way it should be. Awesome. Well, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
And we'll come back and we'll finish talking. So we'll be right back.
The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve.
For the best deals on a Chevy, any time of day, roll on down to Riverside Chevrolet.
Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty, has a great deal on the new 2019 Silverado 1500 LD Crew. Enjoy 0% APR for 72 months or up to $10,150 off MSRP. With approved credits and restrictions apply. Offer expires 3/2/2020. We make buying so easy.
Roll on down to Riverside Chevrolet.
Located off I-24 West in Kimball, Tennessee.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. At 402 North Cedar Avenue in South Pittsburgh, 4765 Main Street in Jasper, and at 14087 Highway 28 in Whitwell. Providing the highest standard of customer services with a personal touch. Our associates can help you with personal loans, personal lines of credit, a variety of mortgage loans, and more. And we offer real-time internet banking too. See us in South Pittsburgh, Jasper, and Whitwell today. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. When you need a licensed plumber, call Stacy Ledwell and the staff at Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Mr. Rooter provides your home or business with advanced solutions using high-tech equipment. Our commitment to customer satisfaction shines through in our personalized service. When you schedule an appointment, our professionals will dedicate time to explain the work that has to be done. Our staff will give you upfront pricing, so you'll know exactly what's involved before any work begins. We even pump septic tanks and do new construction on houses. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Call Stacy Ledwell today to set up an appointment at 256-574-4710. Come hungry and leave satisfied at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon. Cloud's Pizza uses only the freshest ingredients, and we hand toss our own pizza dough. Our pizzas are made from scratch when you order, so they're always fresh. And don't forget about our famous Sand Mountain cheese sticks. You can eat from the daily buffet or try a mouth-watering hamburger or cheeseburger. Come see your friends at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon, and never leave hungry. Call ahead at 597-3100 for Cloud's Pizza. Visit us on Facebook at Cloud's Pizza and more.
Come see us at Cloud's Pizza.
All right, welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. If you're just now joining us, I'm Pamela Stone, and we are here today with North Jackson High School. They are a 9th through 12th, and you have almost 500 students.
Almost. Mm-hmm.
Almost. That's a lot of students in a school. And you're Josh Harding.
I am. Yes,
just
ma'am.
for everybody to know, and you are the principal, and you're new this year, but you're really not new. You've been there since you were 6 years old.
That's true. That is true.
I bet everybody knows you.
Yes. Everybody knows, and everybody knows everybody in our town. It's a typical small town.
And that can be good, and that can be bad.
It can be. I think the good outweighs the bad, but it's really great.
Good. All right, so, and we were just talking about some things that you've been doing. It's really a Jackson County thing, the behavior plan, which is called CI3T, and then we were talking about some school improvements and stuff that you've been working on. But let's talk about some academic things. So, AP. You've got some AP stuff going on. For everybody who doesn't know, AP stands for Advanced Placement. So the students get college credit, right?
Correct. If they pass the AP exam, make a 3 or higher on the AP exam. So this was our second year in with the A+ College Ready grant. And the first year we taught everything from grade 6 through 10 is called pre-AP. Where the curriculum is just a little more rigorous and kind of gets them ready for that AP track, for that AP class in the 11th grade. And, last year we taught AP Computer Science Principles, AP Biology, and AP Language. This year we've kind of switched it up a little bit and found some classes that don't compete with dual enrollment through Northeast. Northeast Community College does a lot for our students.
But dual enrollment's different, if I know right. Dual enrollment, you have to pass the final.
If you pass the class of dual enrollment, you get the college credit.
Right.
Whereas,
but there's a final attached to it still.
Yes, there is.
Whereas an AP, you can pass the test, and you can still get college credit.
Correct.
But you can also pass the class, and you pass just the class.
Just the class, right?
But you don't get the college credit, right?
Correct.
Do I got this right?
Yes,
okay.
yes. So with AP and our 11th grade AP classes, you can pass the class and get your high school credit that will satisfy your English credit or your computer science credit or any other subject. But if you don't make a 3, you don't get the college credit.
Right.
Last year we had in AP Biology, we had 6 of 11 students pass the AP exam that made a 3 or higher.
Were there only 11 students in the class?
Only 11 students in the AP Biology class.
Okay.
In the AP Computer Science, we had 23, and we had 7 of those kids made a 3 or higher on the AP exam. And I talked to one student that graduated this past year, and they actually got two credits in in the biology. She made a 3 on the exam, but somehow they gave her biology 103 and 104 credit at her college. So there are opportunities for you to earn. I thought the magic number was 5. 5 is as high as you can make on the AP exam. But
you have to make a 3 to pass.
But you have to make a 3 to get credit, and depending on what you make, you have the possibility to earn 2 credits.
I did not know that part.
Yeah, it's really cool, really neat thing for our students to
And
be
then do
in.
they get to wear a special ribbon or stole at graduation?
We didn't really have anything.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's something out there.
Well, I know there is for
Yeah.
like honors.
Right. We
For
do
sure.
Beta Club stoles and top 10%
Right.
at our school. We didn't wear anything extra for the AP exam because you don't know. Well, we didn't get those scores for last year's. I think last year they took it in April. We don't get the scores back until midsummer,
okay.
so
You wouldn't
it's
know.
not really a way of knowing. But our students really stepped up to the challenge and did well in that. We're proud of them.
So you changing it this year, you said?
Yes, we're not going to offer AP language. Now this year we've added AP Government with Mr. Johnny Holman and AP Environmental Science. We want to offer our students something that doesn't compete with Northeast and with the dual enrollment. Northeast, like I said earlier, they help us out a lot and provide our students with a lot of scholarships.
So what are their classes?
We have dual enrollment biology 103 and 104, English composition 101 and 102.
Okay.
Dual enrollment history 201 and 202.
Okay.
What else do we have? 112, math 112 and 113. So we have a lot to offer in the dual enrollment, we just didn't really want to have to compete with that in AP. It's
basically-
really hard to convince a kid to, hey, you can go pass this class, and if you pass the class, you get the college credit. Whereas on this side, like, yes, you're going to be, you may be ready for college, but if you don't perform well on this test at the end, there's a chance you may not get college credit. So that was just a conversation that we really, we didn't want to have to try to sell you on. We want you to try to achieve
best.
more. Yes, we want you to try to achieve and try to step out of your comfort zone and go above and beyond. So
Who writes the test for the dual enrollment?
the teachers.
The teachers write their own, and of course, is it the EOC? And of course
Yes,
does.
they have full reign to write their own tests and own assignments.
But that also gives the kids the ability to get more college credit.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, like we have students that they're going to graduate. We have a student now. He's a senior, and he's probably going to graduate with a short-term certificate. And I mean, he's got all kinds of college credit hours. So
Right.
he's going to graduate as probably a sophomore in college,
That's
which is
cool.
awesome. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, we had a few students who actually graduated with their associate's degree before, because their graduation was
Right.
like the week before,
Yeah.
and then graduated high school because they've had so much
That's really
college
neat.
credit.
It really is. I was
So-
a fan of stretching my college out as long as possible, not trying to speed it up. But
Yeah, well, it's all right. I'm sure your dad was.
yeah, he was real thrilled
Real
about
thrilled
that.
about
yes,
that, right?
yes.
All right. So, and then you said your results for your AP. What were the results for your AP scores last
This
year?
past year, we had 6 of 11 pass in
Okay.
biology, and 7 of 23 made a qualifying score in the AP Computer Science class.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, it was awesome. And while we're in this grant for 3 years, those kids each got a $100 gift card from A Plus College Ready. And we presented all those gift cards at halftime of a football game this year. And the teachers of those students each got an $80 gift card for those students.
I want an $80 gift card.
Right, yeah.
That is super cool. But what about dual enrollment? Did they get any gift cards?
No, they don't get any gift cards at all. They just get a pat on the back for.
Sad face.
Right.
All right. Well, that's okay. They still get college credit.
They still get college credit if they pass the class.
So there you go.
Right.
All right. And then you guys have some, it's called Marzano Elements. They're like how you learn or something? What were you telling me?
Marzano, it's a research-based firm, and it's all scientific, research-based, proven to increase the effect size of how students learn. And what it is, 2 things that we've done. We've tried to implement learning scales in our classrooms.
Okay.
And learning scale is just levels 1 through 4, with 3 being mastery of the content. And we encourage our teachers to have this scale posted somewhere throughout their room.
Okay.
And, that way students can look on this scale, and it is, like I said, it's just 1 through 4, not 1 through 10 with a lot of discrepancies.
Right.
It's 1 through 4. 3 is mastery.
4 is excellent.
4 is I can master this standard while also maybe helping someone else, helping you master this this standard as well. 2 would be, yes, I can master it, but I need a little help. 1 is, kind of know what's going on, but not really. I need a lot of help. So it just lets our students kind of see where they are, versus just taking an assignment and getting a grade.
Right.
They can identify themselves. Where do you think you are right now, as maybe an exit slip when they leave the classroom.
How often do they post them, or like how do you get this
Every 2
going?
weeks. They have a new scale come out every 2 weeks. With that standard, was like what we call is like a power standard, the most important standards in that curriculum, and every 2 weeks they will change that
based on what they've learned in those 2 weeks.
Right, and where we are in the class.
Good. What's a learning round?
Learning rounds are something our teachers have done the last 2 years. We group them up in groups of 3 or 4, and they just go watch you teach, and it's super informal. Everybody knows that they're coming, and they know where they're all going. It's scheduled, it's laid out. The administrators are not involved in it, just so we don't put a stink on it.
A nervous moment.
Right. It's not really content based either. I'm not watching you teach how well you teach English. I'm just more so looking at the strategies that you use to increase engagement in your students. And after they would watch you teach for 15, 20 minutes, they would go and have a debriefing session. And what we do hours in the library, they go and sit down and they answer 3 simple questions. What did I see that I liked? What did I see that I may use in my classroom in the future? And what did I see that I already do in my classroom? And they put that on a feedback form and give that to Miss Lee, the assistant principal, and I.
With names or no names?
Yeah, they put their names on it.
Okay.
And it's there's nothing negative on the form. And like I said, it's really our teachers have done better with it than I thought, because it's kind of increased the level of respect. Like I see what you go through every day.
Right.
I have challenges in my classroom just as I did. But if I can go watch you and maybe see you with those same challenges and see how you
Right.
react, it's really helped build camaraderie in our school.
Good. Well, and I would think that the first thing they were probably nervous was, oh my gosh, I'm going to get some kind of
Right.
rating or
Yeah, it's definitely not, and we try not to use the term observation.
Right.
That kind of scares people a lot. So we just you try to call it what it is, a learning round, and use it as that, and try not to use the word observation.
Well, I think with everything, and of course as teachers we go through a lot of those things anyways when we're doing training, but when you watch another, I'm always like, oh, that's a great idea.
Right.
I never thought about that. I mean, and so it's not a negative, it's just going to be something that's going to help me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, well, good. All right, we're going to take a break.
All right.
And we'll be right back, and we'll come right back.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available. So don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-264-7949. That's 855-264-7949.
855-264-7949.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College.
At Comfort Gallery in Kimball, you can truly shop for any piece of furniture from any of our manufacturers. Drop in today and use our in-store kiosk. It's over 40 inches of full color, completely interactive for ease of use. And yes, you can shop all of our manufacturers for virtually any piece you may be looking for. Come to Comfort Gallery in Kimball to find exactly what you need for your home using our kiosk to shop from all of our manufacturers. Free delivery and setup, 1 year free layaway, and 6 and 12 months same as cash available at Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, Kimball, Tennessee.
Have lunch or dinner at Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried chicken finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Guthrie's can help you plan your family's meals or get-togethers with bucket specials every Tuesday, those delicious wings on Wednesday, and platters every day of the week. Plus, get sweet tea by the gallon. Remember, Guthrie's has a party room for small gatherings, too. Guthrie's, Highway 136 West in Trenton, home of those golden fried chicken fingers and the best chicken finger sauce in the world.
Guthrie's, not fast food, good food fast.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope.
All right, welcome to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone. If you're just not joining us, we have Mr. Josh Harding sitting next to me. He is the new principal. Well, he's not a new principal, but new for North Jackson High School. They are in 9th grade through 12th grade school, and they have about 500 students. And we've been talking to him today about all kinds of stuff. Their AP courses, their dual enrollment, how well they did. We've talked about, just all kinds of positive behavior stuff and some changes that he made and is doing well. And so if you're just not joining us, that's what we've been talking about. So let's talk next. We're going to talk about your college and career readiness. Now, this is not just Alabama. This seems to be like every school everywhere in the United States has started kind of going, oh my gosh, we need to get our kids ready for college, if not college, a career.
Right.
Years ago when I first started teaching, there was a thing called, it was a program that the teachers and the business people got together and said, we're not getting enough trained students.
Right.
And we don't know what we're going to do. So it was called SCANS. Mm-hmm. And so, they came together and decided how are we going to do it. So it's been a long time.
Right.
But that's really what it's doing, right?
Yes, and it's a way, and now our schools in Alabama are judged on their college and career readiness indicators.
It's called CCRPI.
Right.
Okay.
Or CCI, I guess, is what the state of Alabama calls ours. And, we have a percentage of our students that are college and career ready that have earned a credential through either, and there's lots of different ways, but some of the biggest ones are obtaining a dual enrollment credit, passing an NCCER exam through the tech school, through those, through your shop class there, a passing score on the AP exam, Serve Safe, having Serve Safe certification, that's an indicator. So, and it's just a really, and like you said, we've had our kids coming out of high school and not really ready to go to work. A very small percentage of our students in this area are going to college and staying at college.
Sure.
So we have to have something for our students to be able to go to work.
Right.
And
I think it's great.
Yeah, for employers to know that these kids are ready to go to work.
Right.
So that's what it is, and this year we've created a board, and we have it in our lobby. Every student's name in the 11th, we have 11th grade on one side, 12th grade on the other. And every student's name is on a little piece of cardstock with a magnet attached to the back of it. All the names start out on the left, and when you obtain either a dual enrollment credit, you can benchmark on the ACT in each subject.
Right.
So once they do that, we let those students move their name over, and to where on the college and career ready side under whichever category it is that they've
like dual
obtained.
enrollment or
Right. We have like 5 or 6, and the one through the tech school, we just put Epcot because we really didn't have enough space to put electrical engineering and all that stuff. So we just call it Epcot for Ernest Pruitt Center of Technology. But
and that means they've got their certification from
right.
like a welding certification.
Right, correct.
Or they now have their cosmetology license.
Yes.
Or
and so like I said earlier in one of those things, it creates a visual. We really weren't planning on putting it in the lobby for the students to see. We were going to use it in our faculty meetings so our teachers could see it. But we had to clear out some room in the office one day, so we put it out in the lobby and left it out there for a day or so, and we caught a couple of kids looking at it and talking about it. So we were like, "Hey,
have you had any kids slide that over before? They were ready?
No, they
really
not yet, not that we've seen, anyways.
Don't go double check.
Right, and we can monitor that. We can check that on our computer program, but we just thought it was really crazy that our students, started carrying on conversations about it. So we just left it out there,
Well, and so much you hear, like, just everywhere, oh, you got to go to college, you got to go to college.
Right.
And in small towns like we live, that's probably, some do.
Right.
But there's more that probably don't. And
yes.
You still have to be ready for life, which means a better job. And there's nothing wrong with McDonald's or Wendy's or Taco Bell.
Right.
But they just don't pay the bills by themselves very well.
Right.
Even as a manager, my daughter-in-law was a manager and made $10.
Mm-hmm.
And she was doing... lots,
Yeah.
So, just to know that there are other things out there besides that you can do,
and we try to be upfront with our students on letting them know how our school is judged. On our state report card, we let them know that, hey, this is 10% or 20% of our state's report card.
Right.
This is your school. It will forever be your school. Whether and I told them on the first day, whether you stay here one day or 6 months, you'll forever be a student from North Jackson. So,
and it helps. It's got to help that you're a student from North Jackson because
yes.
you're saying that, but
Mm-hmm.
you're preaching it, but you walk the walk too.
Right. And we have several of our staff members that are also graduates of North Jackson, and that helps. And on the first day of school, I tried to point out every one of them that graduated from North Jackson. So we just really want them to be proud of where they came from, and we want them to have a vested interest in this report card because whether they're 30 and the state's still putting out report cards, like
their name will be on this year's report card.
Correct. And 20 years from now, it's still going to be their school.
Right.
So
it will forever.
Yeah.
Because even just like you feel, when I go back home, I drive by it just to get to my parents' house, and I'm like,
right, you want good things said about your school.
We were the Lions, and
right.
I'm just like, hey, there's the,
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want our kids to be proud of their school, proud of where they came from, and that's what we're doing.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the ACT because part of that career in college and career ready is doing well on the ACT or the SAT.
Mm-hmm.
So typically, what do your kids take? The ACT?
We do ACT in Alabama.
So tell everybody who may not know what the ACT. Do you know what it stands for?
No, probably not.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
and
it's a college acceptance exam, is what it was started out as. But I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember.
SAT is Scholastic Achievement Test. I think I've heard of one student, at North Jackson maybe taking the SAT.
They're different, though. They really are different. So just so parents know, there are kids who do well on the ACT and kids who do on the SAT.
Right.
My son took both, and one is how you learned, and one is what you know.
Right.
They are different.
Yeah.
So tell us about your ACT. So You have a boot camp, which I guess is getting them ready.
We're going to have a boot
Okay.
camp the first week. Our juniors take the ACT in Alabama all across the state
For free.
For free.
Because it's like $50 or something.
Yes, $50 or $60.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to take it many times.
Yes. So March the 10th, the juniors all across the state of Alabama are going to take the ACT for free.
Okay.
And that is the one that our school is judged on. So we're going the first week of March. We're going to have an ACT boot camp where we're going to take the pre-ACT, which they took in the 10th grade, and provide them with their scores. And the state and ACT actually on the pre-ACT test, they give you the test booklet. You keep the test booklets, and they give you each student's results on each question and an answer sheet for what they marked on each question. So we're really going to use that. We've been working hard and created groups for these students to go. We're going to change up our schedule for those 3 days and just really dive into, hey, a certain percentage of our students are missing this type of question. So, here's how we need to work it. And really dive into how the ACT is set up. It's not so much the content that our student, like 40% of the ACT in the math portion is middle school algebra. So our kids know middle school algebra. It's just the way it's set up. It kind of sets you up to fail, and they're trying to get you, out of your comfort zone. So
have you ever looked at? I mean, I know you.
I took it.
Did you? See, I'm old enough. We didn't have to take it. When I was.
It's hard. It's miserable.
But my youngest son took it not recently ago, and I was helping him study, and I felt stupid. I felt stupid. I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness I'm not doing this.
It's tough. It's 4.5 hours of sitting there taking a test with 1 10-minute break.
And they do. They try to trip you up, just like you were saying. There were some English ones, and I was like, I know. I mean, they were so minute.
Right.
The changes.
And supposedly, like on the reading portion, the hardest ones are last. They're trying to get you.
And there are tricks, though. They teach you to.
Yes.
Which I hate because
I think the reading, the hardest ones are first. The easiest ones are supposed to be last.
But you shouldn't trick people for a test.
Right. Just test me on what you think I
what I know.
Yeah.
Right. I agree.
So we really want to, just
get them ready.
Get them ready and have them not panic. Like yes, it's going to be a long 4 hours, but just be confident when you're taking the test and our kids are ready. But we're just going to do a little more to try to give them some resources to better prepare them.
Well, and even if the resources staying calm.
Yes.
And doing good.
Yeah, right. That's it.
That's it.
Just don't panic.
But I see here that you would like to feed them lunch.
Yes.
How many juniors do you have?
We have 112 juniors.
Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3 business people out there.
Right.
To call him, Mr. Harding, and say, I am willing to donate.
Right. We're going to do a 3-day boot camp, and we would like to feed them, for sure one day. We'd like to feed them all 3 days, but we really want to feed our kids lunch because it's going to be 3 tough days. And on that 4th day, on the Monday before, we're going to kind of let them, relax a little bit and spend some time together, just bonding and creating some togetherness. Just kind of relax a little bit the day before the test.
Well, and like we have our Little Caesars. I don't know what kind of pizza place. Mm-hmm. It's $5 for a pizza.
Right.
And it goes into 8 slices. So if each kid has 2,
that's true.
It's not very much money.
That is true.
I mean, for a business, then it's a tax write-off.
Absolutely.
Do you hear me, businesses? Call him.
Absolutely. Yes.
He needs money.
Yes.
All right. So, and then your recent ACT study, you said whether it's paper versus Chromebooks.
Right. So ACT is starting, paper versus Chromebook, online testing. And 2 Saturdays ago, our counselor actually got us in this study, and it was the paper versus online study. Each one of our juniors got to take it for free. And we had no bearing on who took which type of test. But we've been on our underclassmen about taking the ACT early, getting exposed to it, just knowing that you can sit through a 4-hour test.
Right.
Before you go and sit through it, on the day that our school is judged on. So that day, our students showed up on a Saturday. That test day was on a Saturday. We had 104 students registered for the test, and over 90 of them showed up on that Saturday to take the test. So we're so proud of those juniors for answering the call, and
it's just good for them anyway.
It is. You know, there was, you know, they've all been exposed to the ACT now before we take it in March. So that's really, you know, we won't get their results back, and you know, for some time because it's part of a study. It's going to take a little longer. I think like 50-something of them took it online, and 50-something of them took it on paper. But since it's part of this study, our results will be.
What did the kids feel? Did they? I'm guessing they talked. Did they feel that the
Right.
paper was better or the?
Well,
Chromebooks?
it was some, you know, of each. I asked, you know, tried to ask all of them that were taking it online how they thought it was. You know, a lot of them said they really liked it. You know, we had 3 students that got kicked out. Their computer froze up, and our counselor called ACT that day, and they said, just, you know, tough luck. We don't know. That's why we're calling it a study. We don't know. We're gonna have to work through these kinks.
So they didn't get to take.
They didn't get to take it. You know, but 3 out of 90-something. You know, it's not bad.
That's good.
So, you know, it was awesome. I was so, you know, it was the morning that it snowed a lot. So we went outside and took a picture and had a little snowball fight before we went in and took the test. So it was really cool. But, you know, just shout out to Coach Brown for getting us in that study. That's going to pay off in the long run. I really believe it.
That is. And you guys have a 25-plus club for that.
Right. So
tell us what that means.
Each student that has scored a 25 or higher on the ACT, on any ACT that they've taken. Ever, right. We take their picture and put them on the board.
What's perfect?
36 is perfect.
Okay, so that's a pretty good score.
Yes.
17, 18?
18 for the state,
Okay.
or 18 or 19 for the national, maybe 18 for the state of Alabama. You know, so 25 and up, and then we also have a what we call a jump club. So if you've jumped 4 points in any subject, we you know, also put your picture on the board and recognize you, and it's right around the corner in that same lobby as our shout out board.
There you go.
So we just really want to, you know, spread all the good things about our students and have them something to be proud of there.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to run out of time here in a minute. Let's cover a few things. You guys are doing a talent show.
Right, for the prom.
Okay, when is that?
The talent show will be in a couple of weeks. Prom is going to be the Saturday before spring break, which is towards the end of March. So last year, Miss Matthews is our prom sponsor, and we did a talent show, and you know, it was amazing. But after the talent show was what was even better, really. We had about 20 minutes to kill after the talent show was over, and got on the microphone and asked, hey, is there anybody else that may want to sing or do something? And we had so many kids see their peers, you know, oh, you got up there and sang, like, maybe I could get up here. And so, like, we really had a talent show after the talent show. And it was just so awesome to see our kids. And there were a lot of kids that, you know, maybe don't say a whole lot in the, you know, on the regular day, but would get up and sing in front of the entire school. I mean, the whole school was there.
Did you get up and sing?
I did not. No, they don't know it, but they're so thankful that I didn't get up and sing.
But they don't want me to sing it.
Right. But it was just so awesome. You know, it's probably one of the best days at North Jackson that I can remember, because of the kids that just got up and were willing to stand up in front of everyone, all their classmates, and sing. And
the money goes to?
Money goes to the junior class to help pay for the prom. This year we're going to Valley Hill Country Club in Huntsville. So, yeah, all that money goes to help pay for the prom, and I'm excited about this year's talent show. It's going to be, because last year kind of created a buzz. So now, you know,
now it's a bigger buzz.
Right.
Is there a theme?
No, it's in whatever you want. I mean, last year we had people act out skits. Lot, you know, the majority of people sing.
Right.
But we had a couple dancers, couple guys.
Musicians?
Yes. You know, electric guitar. It's whatever that your talent is. You can come and
all grade
perform.
Levels?
Yes.
Okay.
9 through 12. Anybody and everybody. So.
Wow. Awesome. I wonder how long it'll take.
I don't know. I hope it takes forever. You know, I hope it lasts all day. Yeah, I do.
There you go.
I do.
All right, so, and then the Beta Convention's coming up, and just so that everybody knows, Beta is a club, an organization where service club, where they have to do so many hours of service,
Correct.
community service.
Correct.
But on top of that, they have to have such like a higher GPA than average, and they also have to, I think most of them have to be recommended by a teacher for behavior.
Correct.
As well.
Yes.
So it's just not, your ordinary
It's not just
club.
anyone. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you are the upper, well-behaved, doing what you're supposed to, getting good grades, and making a difference in our community.
Right, because if you make great grades and teachers are not willing to put their name behind you, then you're not going to be a part of it.
Right.
So it's a large percentage of our students that perform well, and also perform well in life. Just everyday behavior.
Because that really is life, right?
Right, it is. So they have Beta Convention coming up, and our Beta Club is really huge. They do an awesome job, and we've been to the national competition the last 2 years and performed really well out there too. Several state winners.
Well, and you guys have a ton of junior Beta clubs in your junior highs too,
Right,
in your
right.
middle schools.
We do.
So some of these kids have already been doing it since middle school.
Yeah, correct. And they have there's a junior Beta convention that is like a week before the high school convention. But we're looking forward to great things from
And there's
from
competitions.
them. Yes, we always try to have someone run for president. And just a few years ago, we had the state of Alabama Beta president, Mr. Cameron
Neat.
Williams. So
Wow.
it's awesome. And just seeing these kids, perform and get up in front of everyone and perform and do speeches and skits and campaign.
And there's music ones.
Yes, music
From
ones.
what I remember, people telling me academic bowls.
Right. There's all kinds of competitions that you can get in, and our kids do an awesome job at just diving into those head first.
And that's March 25th, 26th, and 27th. Okay, and you have about 60 students going.
Correct.
All right.
And that's
so-
spring break as well. So like these kids are willing to give up their spring break.
That's a big deal.
To go. It's not.
Now, it does look good on a college resume or even a job resume. How good does that look?
Right. Oh, it
that
looks
you were
great.
part of, a Beta Club, which is an honors club, and
Right.
you gave up your time, and I mean, that looks awesome.
And knowing that that behavior was a different standard.
I would hire
held-
somebody just based on that.
Right.
Like,
right.
wouldn't you at a job?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I really would. Okay, so last thing, we only have a few minutes, basketball
Right.
and cheerleading. So, are you still in basketball?
We're not. Our basketball seasons are both over. We came up a little short of making it to regionals this year, but our girls, coached by Coach Tony Brown, got them up to a number 4 in the state ranking this year.
That's good.
Oh, it was awesome. Won the area 14 tournament. So we were so proud of Coach Brown and the ladies for that. They had an awesome season. Coach Behringer and the boys had a great season as well. We both just kind of came up a little short in the sub-regional game. We both made the playoffs, but and just came up short in the sub-regional game to make it to Jacksonville.
Making playoffs is a big deal.
It is.
anyways.
It is.
Just
Absolutely.
think about how many are behind that.
Right. Yeah, not everybody gets to make the playoffs. Both of our teams did, and had great seasons. But it's something to build on. And our cheerleaders won the state championship this past year, so that was awesome.
Cool.
If you've never been to a state cheerleading competition, everybody should go sit through that. It's an awesome experience seeing these girls go out there and compete. And it's not like any other sporting event where the game lasts for hours. Like this thing is like our girls competed for like 3 minutes, and that was it. Just like everybody else's cheerleading squads, and that's as long as the routine is. And our girls came away as state champs, and we are so proud of them. It was awesome to watch. That was the second cheerleading competition I'd been to, with the previous years being the first one. And it's just so awesome seeing these girls, because our cheerleaders work so hard. Miss Willis does a great job with them, and they work so hard, and seeing all that hard work, finally getting the payoff in the end, that's what it's all about.
It is. I mean, it really is. But it's also very scary to watch them flip them girls.
That's true.
And, they do that at football games here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna just die. She's gonna crash. It's horrible.
That is true. That's true.
But they never do.
Yeah, they're great.
I've never seen
They're
anyone
outstanding.
do it,
They really
so.
are. Everything they do scares me. But
True athletics.
Yes.
I mean, because that takes a lot of.
and a lot of times with athletics, you work so hard and you don't know when the payoff's going to be. So
Right.
they got it that day, and that's what it's about.
Well, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
We
I've
talked
had
a lot
a
about
blast.
it. Yeah, it was good. We talked a lot about things. So, all right, guys. Well, we will see you next week when we come back, and we will see you then. This is This Week in Jackson County Schools.